Buccos got a win yesterday. It was an important win against Detroit. It was not as easy as I'm sure the faithful would have liked there in the Berg. Paul Skeens has been a guy that we've been talking a lot about here on this show and on this network, because if you're looking to back Paul Skeens, certainly in first fives, they've been a little bit dicey, and they were dicey yesterday as well. Let's hear from Skeens himself and see what he had to say about yesterday's outing.
It felt good. Just a little out of sync, I guess, kind of the whole outing, which probably makes sense a little bit with the longer rotation. But nice to be back out there.
Did you feel fresher? I mean,
Yeah, definitely felt fresh. Probably a little too fresh. So, but yeah, I thought body-wise, I was really happy with it.
You know, it's hard to read body language. You've been in those locker rooms. Sometimes, you know, you get asked questions. He seemed to handle that pretty well. But, you know, it just seemed like, as he alluded to, just out of sorts, right? And that's kind of summarizing his season, Jensen. It just seems like he's been a little bit out of sorts. Again, I wonder if it's easily correctable or something that we really have to look at and go, I don't know that we can get this done here in August, September. And I'm sure they'd love to have in October, obviously, in Pittsburgh.
Well, it's like Maverick in original Top Gun, Dave. You know, when Viper's like, keep sending him up, you know, it's what you got to do. And you hope that there's finally that breakthrough moment for Paul Skeens in, you know, the next handful of starts, because the way the Pirates are going, I told you, I still think they've got a run in them. That's too good of an offense. They've got too good of a pitching staff. Braxton Ashcraft has been unbelievable for them in the rotation. They've got a gem there in Montgomery in the back end. You get Luke Weaver on a little bit of a roll. They're going to be tested here, Dave. And guess what? You know, Paul Skeens' next start going to come against one of the hotter teams in all of baseball in San Diego against the Padres at Petco. Critical 3-city road trip, longest of the year for Pittsburgh upcoming. They are on the road at Chavez Ravine, taking on the Dodgers tomorrow night, then in San Diego for 3, and then back home, or excuse me, back to the Middle America against the Cardinals before they begin a homestand against the Giants and the Angels. So if you're looking at potential next starts here, Dave, we're looking at Tuesday, August 25th. That's the middle game of the series against the San Diego Padres for Paul Skeens. And it looks like he might not pitch again on the road. Getting back home, this might actually work out really well for him. On the road against San Diego, Tuesday the 25th, then it looks like he would probably be slated, I think, back home to start the series opener against the San Francisco Giants, and then he would get the series finale and the homestand finale against the Angels. So if that indeed are his next 3 scheduled starts, could be getting a little breather here, but that San Diego start is certainly going to test him, no question about it.
Let me ask you, if you had to go to war, would you want him with you? I don't know. I just don't know. I think we'd want Paul Skeens. Let's look at some of the action on the diamond today here, Jensen, that you've got some plays in for VSiN Pro subscribers already. Guards ball, a bit disappointing yesterday, Jensen. They're not going to disappoint the faithful today, are they?
Ready to get hurt again. Big 3-unit play. They should have handled it. Parker Messick deserves so much better. I mean, he can retain counsel and sue for run support with how bad this Guardians offense has been in trying to support him throughout the year. A game they should have won. They get shut out 1-0 by the Giants. Good news today, Dave. They have their ace, Gavin Williams, on the hill. We're going to go a 2.5-unit play on the Guardians money line. The Giants have one of the worst road records as a road underdog. They are 16-25 straight up. Dave, they haven't won back-to-back road games, the Giants, since June 16th and 17th in Atlanta. So, gosh, kind of a lot's happened since then. Let's get the Guards to win the series finale and win the series, because they haven't been able to put a series victory together since the Nixon administration, the way it's gone. 2.5-unit play, nice and simple. Guardians here at 110 Eastern, minus $1.78 on Novik for 2.5 units.
Feels like Garrett Cole back to being Garrett Cole with his recent performance here, Jensen. Do you think we can trust that recent trend here with their ace back in the bump?
Big win yesterday. Yankees finding a way to get it done, and a controversial no call, or at least an overrule of a Pete Alonso homer that would have changed the entirety of that game, would have been his second of the game, and would have given the Orioles the lead last night. However, it was ruled foul, and the Yankees would go on to go ahead from there. They have won 3 of the last 4 games started by Garrett Cole. They are a real crisp 7-2 this year against Baltimore. And the Orioles in home series finales, Dave, the last 3 times, they have lost all 3 of them. That is the case of where they are tonight. Let's do another 2.5 unit play. Yankees minus $1.20 on the money line. Go Garrett Cole, going to be his usual self, I think. And I think some more run support for him out early and often. So we'll take the Yankees to sweep away here the Baltimore Orioles. This is a big one for the O's, but man, a tough customer you're going to have to deal with knowing how Garrett Cole has thrown the baseball.
We've talked about it before, and it's not to say that you don't care if you don't win the division. I mean, obviously, you'd always like to do that if you're the Bronx Bombers here. But with the Rays taking a little bit of water here, the Yankees starting to get back on good footing. If they can get healthier come September, do we think that race in the AL East might reheat one more time?
No. This is over. I think this is going to be a nice, comfortable... maybe they'll draw within shouting distance, Dave, as we start play today. Let's see. We will bring up the standings here. I believe it's 5.5. Is it 5.5 or 6.5?
Yeah,
I'll double check here. 5 games. Okay. Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's comfortable in the odds market, too, here, Jensen, to your point, that it does look like right now with limited races out there. The Rays are over a $3 betting favorite this morning here in DraftKings. You can get the Yankees at plus $3. So you do think that's properly priced?
I wouldn't even mind a little Rays White Sox division winner parlay minus $1.15. White Sox now minus 240, Rays minus 310. I think that's a very actionable spot here. Rays to win the East, White Sox to win the Central, minus $1.15 on DraftKings right now. For what it's worth, speaking of the Rays, mentioned earlier when Mike Palm was with us, Shane Bieber on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays this afternoon. Dave, 3 career starts for Biebs there at the Trop, a 1.80 ERA. And just going to pull up some of the numbers right now on what this looks like for this afternoon affair. Nothing that's really jumping. Well, I'll take that back. Yeah. Okay. I see some fair value. Plus $1.50. You know what? I'd be inclined to take a few shares of some Jays money line today. I think that might be an advantageous spot. And again, embellishing the point, Shane Bieber, $1.80 ERA and 3 career starts there at the Trop. That might be a play for me later on. We'll wait to see what lineups are as we've traditionally done here in the second half. But already early indicators that I certainly like with where the Jays money line might be priced today.
You know, I like to say that you make good money on bad teams, and I look at the Royals price point today. It's going to be Dobnak on the bump against Gage Jump here of the Athletics, and I'm seeing about $1.36 out there for KC. I mean, I know $1.31 feels very actionable for me. It doesn't even seem like it matters how big a lead the A's get. They don't hold them, Jensen. What am I missing here potentially with Kansas City 2 games over 500 at Kauffman Stadium?
I might be hammering the under here in commercial break. Just seeing some things, and if the lineups are what I think they are, we will ride Uber Randy Dobnak right to an under here. I think I'm going to be hammering an under 8.5, probably for 2.5 units here with what I'm seeing. I'm gonna reach out and see what some of the beat writers are putting out there for what potential day game lineup could be here. But run suppression at the K today. And offense with the Athletics has just been meh. Royals, nice little -1 winner for us last night. So let's go to the under here. In commercial break, under 8.5 for 2.5 units.
Very quickly, just the rebound nature that we saw yesterday with Seattle after losing 22-0 against Milwaukee the day before, Jensen. Was that professional pride kicking in a little bit?
Absolutely. And it's an easy one to look at. Now, their run and a half here is pretty steep at minus $1.92 from what I'm looking. If you're looking for, I mean, it is George Kirby. God, Kirby has been just a roller coaster, man. Ugh. I'll tell you what, if you want to have a little fun, you could take the run and a half for the Mariners at minus $1.93, parlay it with the Guardians money line. That gets you to plus 135 if you want to have a little fun today.
Yeah, boy, they have been just helter-skelter, man. You don't know what you're getting day in, day out with Seattle, that's for sure.